Hello star seekers. This is Jeeny from Horoscope Forecasts 369. Whether you're an Aries or a Pisces, we're here to guide you. Let's cut through the cosmic noise and dive into today's horoscope predictions. Sunday, July 2nd, 2023. The astrology of today, all signs. Venus forms a square to Uranus today, presenting a potential challenge or struggle. Values and tastes may clash, and social activities could suffer. We can feel torn between wanting closeness and freedom. It's possible that impulsive attractions to people or material goods can lead us astray. Some instability, restlessness, and rebelliousness are possible themes in our relationships. It may be best to hold off on decision-making regarding finances, as there is a tendency to act on a whim rather than reason. We might also feel some discontent with our current pleasures or pastimes, and a change may be satisfying now. It's probably best to tame restlessness or avoid abrupt moves, but consider our needs for growth and a change of pace. The moon is void from 9:34 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, with the moon's last aspect before changing signs, a square to Neptune, until the moon enters Capricorn at 1:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Today's Aries horoscope. A Venus-Uranus square brings a somewhat unpredictable or disorienting theme to the first half of the day, dear Aries, mainly because it upsets the routine. There can be some unexpected events in your relationships, social life, or regarding money and business matters, which can throw you off temporarily and adversely affect timing. Sudden attractions to people, material things, or experiences may emerge and delight you or disturb you, depending on your perspective. This transit may feel more disruptive if you've ignored your need to make interesting changes in your life. It's better not to commit to anything or anyone with your feelings in rapid flux. As the day advances, the moon heads into your sector of responsibilities. Setting some practical goals can help you stay on track and feeling accomplished. Today's Taurus horoscope. A Venus-Uranus square influencing the first half of the day could be problematic for your interactions and connections, dear Taurus. Uranus is a long-term guest in your sign, and you're discovering, sometimes abruptly, your independent side. However, Venus, your ruler, is currently in a cozy area of your chart, and you have a stronger desire and love for comfortable and familiar situations these days, particularly in love. Today, you can experience a clash between wanting company or intimacy and craving more independence. It can also be a time of interruptions and changes of plans, particularly in the home and your relationships, which can irritate you but also help establish your priorities. As the day advances, it feels more natural to adapt to changes or to make them yourself willingly. You're in a more outgoing mood with the moon's move into your sector of spirit and higher learning. Emotional energy runs high, and you're inclined to feed it further with interesting topics, interactions, and experiences. Today's Gemini horoscope. With a Venus-Uranus square in force in the first half of the day, dear Gemini, various things, mainly related to communications and transportation, can go awry. It may be challenging to focus or center yourself, and schedule changes can throw you slightly off course. With Venus in your solar third house these days, you enjoy conversing and connecting more than usual, but today you can be unsure how close you want to get, or you could feel disconnected and misunderstood. Recognize the need for a little more freedom and space so that you find ways to attain these things. As the day advances, the moon moves into your solar 8th house, and there is good energy for introspection or focusing your attention on something special. Today's Cancer horoscope. A Venus-Uranus transit can throw you a bit off-center by a money or ownership matter in the first half of the day, dear Cancer, or you can feel pulled out of your comfort zone by unexpected events. It's temporary and can lead to good things, but might also feel a bit disruptive. Instead, this influence can pull up an inner conflict between wanting to play it safe and experimenting with something new. Interruptions or schedule changes can figure strongly now, but they probably shouldn't be taken to heart. If the urge to buy something comes up suddenly, try to wait it out because your appetite for new things can fade almost as quickly as it comes on and may only be about discontent. You might need a change in your routine for some emotional refreshment, which can be a wake-up call. As the day advances, the moon's move into your partnership sector pulls you into a more social mood. Today's Leo horoscope. The first half of the day requires flexibility and a strong sense of self, dear Leo. A Venus-Uranus aspect in play can leave some things up in the air. There may be conflicts with others, or you must deal with unreliable or unavailable people, and schedules are off. Alternatively, you experience this aspect as an internal conflict, and you might seesaw between wanting to be close to someone and craving your independence. Consider that people are absorbed in their issues, and if you don't worry about what that might mean or take it too seriously, you may very well enjoy the space and freedom that this affords you to do your own thing. As the day advances, it feels easier to center yourself. With the moon's move into your work and health sector, in fact, you're ready to apply yourself. You gravitate to dealing with details and managing your routines. Today's Virgo horoscope. You might crave a change of pace or some other form of emotional refreshment today, dear Virgo. Restlessness is likely, particularly with a Venus-Uranus square shaking things up in the first half of the day. Venus is in your private, subconscious sector, encouraging an inward focus, while Uranus is prodding you to learn new things, share your ideas, and seek different pleasures. This conflict can play out on an internal level, or external events can bring it on. Either way, it's about stoking your curiosity. There can be some missed connections or schedule changes. While you may be thrown off center by this transit, things that surface unpredictably today may very well need a release and can also help stimulate necessary changes. Later today, the moon moves into your sector of joy and heartfelt pursuits. It's easier to enjoy and express yourself in satisfying ways as the day advances. Today's Libra horoscope. A Venus-Uranus square shakes things up in the first half of the day, dear Libra, enforcing changes you may not have prepared for. Following a routine, instructions, or a schedule can be challenging. Social interactions can be confusing, with surprising feelings emerging. If appointments are cancelled or plans changed, treat freed up time as a positive, as it can very well be. Consider also that while desires may seem to come from out of the blue, entertaining the idea of them can lead to new perspectives and ideas that serve you well going forward. It just may not be wise to act upon them at the moment as they can be fleeting. As the day advances, the moon moves into your solar fourth house, and you're more focused than usual on your personal life, family, or home. You crave a stronger sense of security and can be considerably less easily distracted. Today's Scorpio horoscope. Venus forms a hard angle to erratic Uranus, dear Scorpio, influencing the first half of the day. Depending on whether this aspect plays out internally or externally, there can be some mixed feelings or tension with others. At the heart of this, you may need a change of pace, and the sooner you identify this need and work with it, the better. You may not agree with someone on the direction you're heading, but perhaps you need some space to think things through. It's probably best to keep your personal life in its place so that it doesn't come to the attention of others. You might try to use the tension of this transit positively to break out of a rut or free from a bad habit. The moon enters your communication sector later today, and there can be a helpful focus on connecting, communicating, and learning. Today's Sagittarius horoscope. Venus challenges unpredictable, rebellious Uranus today, dear Sagittarius, making it tough to keep everything in a straight line. While it's a bit destabilizing, it can be a good transit for revealing new methods. At the heart of this influence is the need to approach people and pleasures differently or switch up your routine to entertain new feelings. However, it can surface in unexpected ways, particularly if you're out of touch with this need. You might instead face changes in plans and schedules that temporarily throw you off course. The good news is that there's a learning experience or a genuine benefit to discover in your new direction. Through upset schedules or interruptions, you can find a new approach that might pull you out of a rut or a mindless habit. Later today, it's easier to focus, and you might deal with practical affairs with extra confidence. The moon moves into your solar second house, and you're interested in getting comfortable or building upon already in progress ideas and projects. Today's Capricorn horoscope. The first half of the day is influenced by a square between Venus and unpredictable Uranus, dear Capricorn. You may crave more depth in a relationship or project on the one hand, but on the other, you're concerned about the possibility of having to follow others' schedules or agendas. There can be conflicting feelings as you wrestle with a desire to harmonize and a simultaneous need for independence. You may need to entertain some unusual ideas to stretch your mind out of a rut. Feeling more detached from a situation may motivate you to make a break or a change. However, watch for whims since desires can come on suddenly, but they're very likely to be fleeting. It may be better to wait things out until you're sure of what you want. The moon heads into your sign later today, animating your emotions and moving your personal goals to the front burner. Today's Aquarius horoscope. In the first half of the day, there can be some instability to deal with, dear Aquarius. You enjoy change, improvement, and progress when it's for the better, but as a fixed sign, you take some time to adjust to these things if they're brought upon suddenly or by others. As such, it's best to recognize the need to shake up the routine and make the changes yourself. Since Venus is currently camping out in your partnership sector, a relationship can be involved. You may not be able to rely on or lean on someone now, but some detachment in relationships can be healthy at times like these. At the least, it allows you a bit of space to do your own thing and helps you appreciate what you have. Sometimes, others crowd us to the point that we can't process our feelings for them, and some emotional space is appropriate. It's possible you're dealing with changes of heart or schedules related to your home life, leading to new experiences and ideas. As the day advances, emotions even out. The moon moves into your solar 12th house, and you're a little more retiring than usual. It's a good time for tying up loose ends, reflecting, catching up on rest, and healing. Today's Pisces horoscope. A Venus-Uranus square can upset schedules in the first half of the day, dear Pisces. The moon continues its transit of your sector of responsibilities and rules, but while you crave some predictability, this Venus-Uranus transit can stir up tension or produce surprises. People may be hard to pin down, or there can be so many distractions and interruptions that it's hard to hear yourself think. Through this, it's your attitude that counts most. Look for the interesting detours that result from unexpected events today. For the best results, they can lead to fantastic new ideas. Aim to be as flexible as you can. With the moon's move into your solar 11th house, however, you're ready to experiment and entertain new methods or ideas. This moon brings out your need to belong to something greater than yourself. Cooperation comes more easily as the urge to rebel or inclination to react begins to subside. As we wrap up, I'm Jeeny, thanking you for tuning in to Horoscope Forecasts 369. Remember, these are guides, but your will shapes your destiny. Like, share, subscribe for more astro insights, and let the stars guide you until we meet again. Take care.